first ski film I watched was of Matilda and Henrik. And I just remember them skiing here in Alaska. I was so inspired. I was like, is that even real? She was so powerful and beautiful and strong, and I was just like, she just caught me.
I would say Matilda was one of the kindest person I ever knew. That last winter we had together, we did a lot of projects together. We spent a lot of times together, traveling. Being here in Alaska together, spending like 18 nights together in an RV. She was always waking up with a smile, planning for a good day, if it's a down day or a day up in the mountains.
I don't know what Matilda and Henrik did to me, but having role models that you can identify with, or someone you look up to and want to identify yourself with, if you find those people that has that light or like that fire that you're like, oh my God, that's so cool, or what they're doing is just so impressive or inspiring. The first time I actually met her, it was on my first freeride competition. It was the Scandinavian Big Mountain Championships, and I remember, like, I knew who she was. Obviously, I've been watching her films, and I suddenly saw her in the middle of the mountain with her Red Bull helmet and her Peak performance gear. That was before I was working with Peak, and I just remember like, oh my God, there she is, like. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna approach her and ask her what her plan is. Like, where are you gonna ski? So I just went straight up to her and like, what's your plan? Like, where are you gonna go? And she told me, I copied her. I did the exact same thing. And she won and I came second. Yeah, she was just so full of light, and she wasn't afraid of sharing her knowledge, and I think that was so special for me coming into that sport, because I've been, skiing moguls my whole life, where it's competitive, and seeing her being so transparent and open was one of the key parts of me wanting to change sport, because I was like, this is amazing. We're friends out here. We actually want each other to succeed, and whoever deserves to win will win because they are the best riders that day. But at the same time, by the end of the day, is the love we share, the moments we share up in the mountains that really counts, and what we all look back to.
When you're on the top level in, I guess, any sport, you succeed and you miss a lot of times in a day. I remember she was struggling a few days up here in Alaska, she wasn't getting her lines really clean, or she would miss something, and you get that feeling that you're not good enough. But then again, you see her pulling off a really sick line, and she's like the happiest person alive, and you also get to share that with her. And if you do that over and over again for like many days in a season, it feels like you really get to know the person like deeply, because you share that those moments that you don't really get to share with anyone else. And it goes to, both ways. She saw me being stoked of what I do. And also, like when you mess up, she'd be there trying to comfort you. There's not that many people in a career that you would end up that close with someone. Yeah.
The snow community, the people who are in the mountains, we have a special bond because what we're dealing with out here is so special, and we just feel connected when we share that love for the mountains. And I think with the risk that we are dealing with all the time, that's another layer of building trust and community. Honestly, I didn't understand it in the beginning. I definitely quickly understood that I need to have some people around me for this journey. And you can't do it alone. You need a team that want to be part of your journey, and you want to be part of their journey. It's a team effort out here. And there's no room for ego. You take care of each other. Your life is in your teammates' hands. Skiing in Alaska, you don't really know what you get. And you can go here and don't get anything. You just need to follow Mother Earth and try to play her game.
The whole surrounding, everything is intense, it's beautiful, it's big, it's a lot.
You never know the weather, you never know the snow. On every mountain peak you ski, it can be different conditions. And you need to adapt like that.
It's just so steep and intense around you, so and that's why it also looks very dramatic.
Sometimes the mountain just speaks to you. And when you look at the face, I straight away get some kind of direction of, I like that. That stands out to me. If it's a couloir, or if it's a spine or a cliff or something on the mountain that says you want to do that. Sometimes I get hurt by following that instinct. There's many times where I crash, or where you get caught in your slough, or the cliff is bigger than you thought. It's hard to judge, it's hard to know if it's safe or not.
my headspace going into the run. You know, like it's so much, it's 110% focused on how are you gonna make those first turns. You know, you're trying to think about how's the texture of the snow. Is it gonna be deep? Is it gonna slough a lot? Where's my exit point? Like, what's my strategy if something goes wrong? And then, you know, 3, 2, 1, you drop in. And yeah, the feeling when you accomplish what you really wanted, and knowing that you're in a safe spot, it's just like so much tension release. You know, it's you know, the head goes from 180 to 0. You know, like the adrenaline is pumping, and you're like, you're still like so, like every cell in your body is like shaking in a good way.
Wow, that smells insane!
Nice!
Oh my god, fuck.
Good job, good job.
Det var jävligt kul. Snabb, fin snö.
Ja.
Och grippy.
Super special to share the mountains with Lexi and Henrik. I feel that I have so much to learn from them, and for them to be open and, you know, actually sharing their knowledge and seeing me and seeing when I need support, and that's what you want, that's what you need when you're dealing with those mountains. Especially from Lexi, like, I couldn't have done this without her. Like, she's been my guide, my mentor, and she's been showing me how to ride these mountains. And I would not have been able to do it the way I do without her.
Hedvig, your line is so sick. Everyone crushed. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy. It's just about what you want to do and just go for it.
Woo! Oh my god. This is sick.
When I started watching freeriding, and I was like, there's other girls who is doing this. Well, I can do that too. I believe that Matilda was one of the first women being up here. Watching her ski these lines as powerful as the guys was very inspiring.
So Matilda went to this commercial trip, to this shoot down in South America, for her with a new group. And you know, my experience is that it takes time and experience to work together with a group, to trust the guides and the team around you. And I think they were working on building that trust and experience with themselves, but you know, this accident happened and they couldn't find Matilda in time. It's tough to lose a friend, but when you see and when you hear about the impact she made for others, that's like what gets me the most, is that she made that impact, and there's so many people that miss her, you know.
Our way of dealing with death and honoring the people that we lost in the mountains are to go back in the mountains and celebrating them, because that's what they love to do. We wouldn't have been ourselves if we wouldn't have been up here. Like, it's such a crucial piece of us. And I think by us being here and continuing to ski and celebrating the mountains and celebrating Matilda, I believe and I hope that's what you wanted us to do.
Yeah! Oh my God, that was amazing. Good job.
Wow.
It was so fucking deep.
This is unreal. Alexia, this is unreal.
In some way, we do this to inspire people to be out there, you know. What we show is it's mostly the bluebird days with powder, you know. Big lines, landings that goes well, and big projects. But you have this whole other side when, you know, you have failure, you have accidents, you have injuries that prevents you from doing what you love. You know, I have friends who hasn't been able to ski fully for 2 years, maybe never came back from certain injuries, and we don't show that. I mean, it's not inspirational, I guess, but it's you should know that it's always there.
Connect with the people around you, find the people that you trust, and share. Be the person who gives, because then you will get back as well. And to build a team early and find those people that has your back is crucial. Matilda have left a huge mark, a huge impact on me and my life. I'm just grateful for having those years of inspiration, being inspired by her and how she skied and how she looked at life, how she treated her friends and family, and just her as a person. You could feel it. I'm glad I had the chance to be touched by her. I think that parts of me want to continue skiing and doing this to give some of it to her, you know? Because if I can inspire someone else, like Matilda was inspiring me, then I've reached my goal.